So here, this is going to be nasty, but it says find the first four derivatives of the function. What does that mean? It means take the derivative once, and then do it again, and then one more time. That's 4 times. You gotta get the fourth derivative. Okay? Alright. Let's do that. We gotta use a quotient rule here, because we have a fraction. We did a division here. That's very nice. And then, I don't have to use the quotient rule if I have something like this, because this is just 1/2. There's no function in the top and a function in the bottom. You can just consider this as a constant. This is a function, and this is a function. So I have to use the quotient rule. So I will start by y prime. This single low, d high. What's the derivative of this? Well, the derivative of x is just 1, and the derivative of a constant is 0. Low, d high, minus high, d low. Well, that's just 1. Right? The derivative of the bottom is just 1. All over low squared. And then I will simplify, because I got to keep taking derivatives. So that's the first derivative. X minus, I suppose I will distribute. X minus 1. Right. So the x's go away in the top. Oh, that's nice. So that goes away. That goes away. I'm left with that negative 1. So y prime equals negative 1 over x squared. You don't have to simplify. However, it gets kind of nasty if you don't. So that's the first derivative. And I'll do the second derivative over here. Y double prime. Maybe I don't really have to use the quotient rule on this one. I can change this. I'm going to change this. Y prime. So it would be negative x to the negative 2. Now I can use the power rule. Amazing! So that's what I'm going to do. Don't mean to write with blue. I mean to write with red. Okay. The power rule says I can take that, bring it down, so it becomes positive 2 out in front. And then I subtract 1. This is what people get confused on all the time. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. They're like, what? Wouldn't it be negative? No. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. Alright? Leave me alone. So that's the second derivative. Simplified enough. Third derivative. Oh, this got really, really easy. It would be negative 6. I bring this down and multiply it to the 2. X to the negative 4. Right? I'm subtracting 1, but it's really like I'm adding a negative. What? Insane. That's actually the third derivative. Whoops. And then the fourth derivative. You can put it in parentheses. That's one way of saying it instead of 4 little tick marks. When it gets to be above 3, that's usually what you do. So put it in parentheses. This means the fourth derivative of y when you have it in parentheses. If you have just y to the fourth, that's just y to the fourth. So what do we have? Positive 24, right? I take that down, multiply it, becomes positive. X to the negative 5. And that's it. I suppose, what was it asking? Find the first 4 derivatives, so this is my answer. And that, and that, and that. We use the quotient rule once, and then the rest of it we could use the power rule. I mean, I suppose we could use the quotient rule on this. It's just, it's easier to use the power rule, so you don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff. And things would have went away anyway. Alright, that's, okay, I'm done. Go